Hi, I'm Brian Flanley, Public Information Officer for the Bellingham Fire Department. One of the most common questions we receive is, what should I do when I hear an emergency vehicle approaching? Well, the state law is pretty clear-cut on this. It says you will pull to the right and stop when you hear an emergency vehicle, and you're not allowed to continue until that vehicle has passed you by. What we're finding, though, in reality, things are a little bit different. We try to give you plenty of warning when we're coming up in an intersection. We're showing our lights, we have our sirens, but at the same time, I realize that there are distractions. You have other passengers in the vehicle, there's music, and the occasional odd cell phone to contend with. What happens a lot of times is the first awareness that a person has of an emergency vehicle behind them is this big red thing that they see in the rearview mirror. That's when panic comes in, and that's when people start doing irrational actions. And trust me, we see some irrational things out there. So what I'd like to do to you today is show you a little bit of our view on responding to an emergency. This particular unit is based at our Dema Road station. It's about 10 feet high, 31 feet long, and weighs 21 tons. It takes an amazing amount of effort to get this vehicle to stop. That's why it is so important that we have a clear path when we're going out to an emergency. Despite all these devices, what we still ultimately depend on is the cooperation of the people out and around us. State law does say that when an emergency vehicle approaches, you have to pull to the right and stop and wait until the vehicle has passed you. Unfortunately, sometimes that doesn't happen. We have people who will pull to the right, and they're not aware of the need that we have to make a right-hand turn. So what we're showing you right here is what things look like from the cab. We have a vehicle directly in front of us. He's going to be pulling to the right, as he should. And if he continues going at this point, when we make our right-hand turn, then we'd have an accident. That's why it's necessary for him to pull to the right and stop and wait until we go by. So when you're out driving in your own vehicle, remember, listen for the approach of an emergency vehicle. Always keep looking around. Remember the state law. When you hear a vehicle, pull to the right and stop. Wait until we've gone past you. So on behalf of the Bellingham Fire Department, we'd like to thank you for helping us to help your neighbors.